Okay, y'all, it's Chronic Fat Girl. I'm back, and it's a little after 11 p.m. I have decided to take the shot out of the fridge. I was reading that some people think it's better to take it out of the fridge a half an hour before you use it. So I'm going to take it out. I'm going to let it sit for 30 minutes. And it's my hope that I'm using it tonight. I don't know if you can hear my voice is a little bit shaky because, like I said, I'm pretty nervous about this. I hope that I'm just getting in my head for nothing, but I'm gonna take it out of the package and I'm gonna let it sit for half an hour at room temperature, and then, oh gosh, then I'll then I'll be back, and I'll be back.
A little while later.
Okay, guys, hopefully you can hear me. I've got my phone set up on my desk, so I'm coming from above. So I've got my alcohol wipes and I've got the shot. Okay. So first I'm going to use the alcohol wipe, and I was reading a couple different places to do this, but I think I'm going to do it here where I can just, you know, get some meat. So I'll do it there, and we'll just let that dry. And the first thing they said we need to do is we need to take it from locked to unlocked, and then we need to take the cap off. So I'm going to do that. Okay, and they told me that I need to press it and hold it until it clicks all the way. So it might click twice. So let me get my meaty part and try to go here. And that's it. There's a little fizzy there. Done. Empty. I was gonna put it back on, but I'll lock it back. Oh, I don't think you can lock it back after it's done, but that's it. That's my first one. I am all done. And yeah, this is the spot. It hurt a little more than I thought, but it's just like a pinch. As you can see, it's getting a little bit red. That's it. Now we wait and see and get to work.
Day 2.
Hi y'all, it is CFG back, and this is the morning after my first injection. And I mean, a couple of different things I noticed that could just be me in my head, but also I think is worth noting just so that I have it on record for myself. I did take a little tiny bit of anti-anxiety medicine, Xanax, before I went to sleep. I think I showed you guys that. And when I was waiting for it to kick in, I noticed a little bit of soreness in my leg, but thigh. But that's just in general. I have neuropathy, so sometimes it gets sore at night. So I try to ignore that and not think too much of it. But I did just want to note that the injection site itself was a little tender for maybe like 10 minutes or so after the shot, but then I didn't notice it at all. And when I finally went to sleep, when I tell you guys that I slept like the dead, I mean it. Oh my gosh, I have not had such good, uninterrupted sleep in quite a long time. Having neuropathy, having herniated disc, my sciatic nerve is often bothering me at night. There's often pain or what feels like electrical shocks or numbness and tingles that just keep me awake for a lot of the night. I wake up frequently to get up and stretch, or at least because I'm in an uncomfortable position. But last night, my smartwatch says that I slept for 8 hours and 15 minutes, which I haven't slept 8 hours in months and months. My average sleep time is about 5 hours and 45 minutes. So I woke up feeling incredibly refreshed, and I'm really grateful for that. Obviously, a lot of that is the Xanax. So kudos to using that for myself last night, because I do think it helped me to not worry too much about what was going on and to just fall asleep and sleep through the night. So that's my first nightly report. I've woken up, I've immediately done what I've always done. I've had a cup of water, and now I'm having a cup of carbonated water with some squeezed orange juice, like some juice from a real orange in it. And I'm just going to try and stay as hydrated as I can today. I'm also going to research some things for fiber, like some keto fiber gummies or some keto fiber powder. I'm not too concerned about the fiber aspect right now, since I'm on such a low dosage, and because I do plan to still stick to eating just a really big salad with my proteins and my vegetables during my eating window each night. So I'm going to do that. And I think I shared online that last night I had some grilled chicken tenderloins with some homemade low carb mushroom cream sauce, some cauliflower mash, and some asparagus, because I wanted to eat light. And I also had obviously my giant salad with it. So I had about 4 or 5 cups of lettuce with some cherry tomatoes on it. And I'm going to try to stick to eating like this, because this is how I've been eating for the last 5 years, and I don't really want to change too much up what I'm eating. I did opt to have some little tiny mini cookies, mini chocolate chip cookies that were not keto. I had 3 of those, as well as just a little treat to myself, because I was looking for something sweet before I went to bed, and I didn't want to have keto ice cream, so I did have little tiny mini cookies, 3 of those. But otherwise, that's I'm gonna stick to what I normally eat. And later today, I'm going to plan on taking some measurements now. But yeah, I feel good today. I feel really rested. I'm still a little bit groggy from the Xanax, but that always happens. I'm sure that it will wear off as the day goes on, so I'm just going to go about my normal day, stay hydrated, do some research, and yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Hi guys, it's CFG, and I am back to take some measurements of myself. I hate measuring myself, but I did get one of those measuring tapes that kind of loops around on itself, so that you can measure yourself without assistance. So I think the last time I was truly measured was probably when I was getting my wedding dress. So I have those measurements somewhere in the cloud. I'm sure they're there. But I'm going to take my measurements, I'm going to say them out loud as well, so that I can write them down later after I read this. So you guys might hear this sound, which is the tape measure, but just bear with me here while I get some measurements, because I'm very curious on what these numbers are going to say and how they change as time goes on. So right now I'm doing my thigh, my lovely thick thighs here, and it looks like I have a measurement of 29 and a half on my thigh. And for my hips, your girl has some wide hips, which I know about, so I don't really care what these numbers say. I just want to have them for prosperity's sake. My hips are 35. My waist, let's see here. Let's turn this around the right way. Oh, 1 second. Oh, I'm sorry. That was, I'm reading the numbers upside down, so that's actually wrong. My hips are 53, not 35. Because I was thinking, my waist is probably like 40, so I was very surprised by that. So my hips are 53, y'all. Not trying to change numbers here. And my waist, if I can get this thing to work. It looks like my waist is coming in at about 40, 46, 47. It's like between, no, wait. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like it's about, I'm going to just round it up to 47. So, that's 47. And my bust, let's measure the gals here. Let's see what my bust is. I get this done when I'm getting bras. So I have a good idea on what this is. My bust is 49. Let me see here. Let me see. Yeah, my bust is 49. And now we're gonna do the upper arms. This is like my most hated area is my upper arms. Like, I used to lift weights, and so my arms had a little bit more definition, but I haven't lifted weights in a few years, so they're kind of just flabby now. But you know, you do what you can. Okay, let me see here. Looks like I'm gonna have to make this bigger, and then slip my arm in it, and then tighten it up. So on arms, I'm looking at 16. That's not the biggest. It's probably like 16 and a half. So I'm gonna go with 16 and a half. And just for shits and giggles, I'll also do my neck. And I'll see what that says. I might need a mirror for this one. Let me see here what the mirror says. This is why I don't like doing these things, though. I think it's so weird to like try to measure yourself. I'm glad they have devices, but okay, so it looks like my neck is 16 inches. So that's it. Those are my measurements. I will read this up. Sorry, I was listening to this so that I can write it down, and I'll put my measurements in a little document and a visual. But those are my measurements. Oh, I guess I should do my calf. I know sometimes people do their calves. I guess I should do my calf. Let me see. Okay, it looks like my calves are 18 and a half. So 18 and a half on the calves as well. So yes, I will listen to these results, and then I will jot them down. I'll put them in a little graphic. That way I can keep an eye on them and see how they change. But yeah, thanks for joining me in a very awkward body measuring event, but I think it's going to be helpful to see some numbers. I'm a little bit of a data nerd, so when I see some of these numbers change, I think that's going to really let me keep track of the progress in a more, hopefully in a more just logical way, and not get so caught up in what the scale says. So thanks for listening, guys, and remember, stay elevated.